A Chinese beekeeper has caused quite a buzz after covering himself in more than 1 million bees, smashing the world record. Gao Bingguo, from Tai'an, in China's northern Shandong province, was stung more than 2,000 times during the world record attempt on Monday. But the 55-year-old adrenaline junkie surely thinks the pain was worth it, as he was crowned the new world champion for most bees on a human body. Gao is well known in the beekeeping world, and has been nicknamed the nation's #1 beekeeper and the Bee King of Taishan, a district in Tai'an, according to reports from the People's Daily Online. More than 20 beekeepers arrived at the record attempt, held in the Dai Yue district, armed with 30 hives full of bees. Gao, who has kept bees for more than 35 years, began by placing around a dozen queen bees on his body in order to attract the other bees to him. After 3 hours of waiting, his body was literally swarming with bees, with just his nose and mouth exposed to the elements. The only clue to suggest that there was a human being beneath the mass of bees was a cigarette, clamped tightly between Gao's lips. But with more than 60 test runs already under his belt, Gao was well prepared for the official attempt. The almost 1.1 million bees came to a total weight of 109.1 kilograms, smashing the previous record of just 85.5 kilograms. Each kilo of weight amounts to around 10,000 bees. After shedding his big jacket, Gao's body temperature had reached a dangerous 60 degrees Celsius, but he was still delighted with his success. For such an apparently niche world record, the number of bees on a human body is surprisingly keenly contested. In fact, Gao was simply reclaiming the world record after his previous best, set last June, was broken by another bee fanatic. But in his last attempt, also held in Tai'an, he only reached 326,000 bees, which fell well short of this week's effort. Last May, another beekeeper named Ruan Liangming set the separate, but equally skin-crawling, record for the longest time spent cloaked in bees. Ruan managed to stay in his bee suit for a whopping 53 minutes and 34 seconds. Although bees are not naturally aggressive and don't sting unless provoked, a couple of thousand stings can be seen as an occupational hazard for bee lovers like Gao and Ruan.